Good evening, everybody. It's a nice change of pace that we can begin the stream tonight with without somebody jumping in and spurting out some obscenities. So it's great to be with you, and we'll see how long we can keep up with that particular streak.
We typed them into the chat. It's fine.
Yeah.
They still exist, but at least they won't be on the recording. So we've sort of leveled up our stream as far as that's concerned. So
I think we've behaved enough now.
Yeah, it's the rest of it can go
that.
downhill. I'm happy.
Fantastic.
That was about as much as I could have hoped for, really.
Yeah.
So you're all in Baldur's Gate tonight as we jump into the session. How does it feel to have conquered your father's wrath? There, Redhelm, Jason.
Pretty good, actually. I feel like, yeah, totally right call. Mic drop moment. Also, I'm really happy that nobody can see under the helmet because I'm blushing a lot right now because everyone was staring at me. So.
No, that's definitely the case. So, tonight we're picking up right where we left off, and I thought I would just set the scene a bit to give us some context of what sort of happens immediately after the court case, to give you guys a bit of a place to jump in and hopefully see what happens and what you want to do given the circumstances. So without further ado, I'll just I'll begin a bit of a monologue. So as Redhelm leaves the court, the quiet in the room is slowly overtaken. First by a cry for revenge, and then the sound of dozens of footfalls as the courtroom lurches forward, gruesomely putting an end to the vile infection that was Jude Todd. Now, revenge is a funny thing, in that it rarely goes one for one. The death of Jude Todd set the people of Baldur's Gate ablaze with passion, bravery, and a sense of vast injustice that was put upon them over years and even decades of mismanagement. As the courtroom lost its appeal, the enraged mass began to pour out of the courtroom and onto the streets. Quickly, news spread as the news that things were changing in Baldur's Gate started to feed out into the rest of the city. Crowds started gathering just outside the courthouse where all of the action was occurring. And with all of the people vacating the court, the energy outside became ecstatic as people began to riot in the truest sense of the word. You saw and heard the smashing of glass, the smell of fire and smoke, the yells of pain, as well as the screams of rage as the city began its riots. Now, once word reached the outer city, where all of those beyond the protection of the wall were forced to live, things began to take a massive turn for the worst, as the remaining city guard attempted to keep the poor out of the city. But an explosion rings out from that eastern wall of Baldur's Gate. As you or any of those watching look in that direction, you see smoke rise on the horizon. Anybody nearby would notice a mass of people streaming in, dressed in rags, marching through the city towards the upper city, where all of the nobles live. In hand, they wield crude weapons and torches. As the crowd begins to gather by the upper city walls, the upper city guardsmen stand resolute upon the wall. Their polished armor and privilege glint in the midday sun. And that is where you find yourselves today, as the city begins to to react to the events of your court case.
Red, what have you done? What have you started? This wasn't supposed to go this way.
And it wasn't exactly my intention, but it's the way things have gone. This is a little bit beyond me, but
It looks like many are out for justice. Many. I can't say that you started this, but you definitely started some momentum.
the fuel that the spark that lights the fire that fuels the rebellion.
You gave them hope. I've even got the cans.
Well,
There's going to be a lot of death, a lot of violence here today. Is this what you wanted? Are we here to try and defend anyone, or do we just take the gold and leave? Repair one city and leave another to ruin?
That's a lot of gold to haul.
yeah.
All of that gold is sitting inside the upper city limits. So where this mass of people is heading towards,
Yeah,
is
where
your
we
gold
need to
is
go.
sitting.
Yeah,
We need
I was
to get
just
there
thinking
first.
about that.
They're not going to let you guys get through on by yourselves.
No.
So
Yeah,
the
Oh,
horde is
surely.
between us and the gold. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, the wall is between yourselves and the gold. Because obviously the Todd Mansion is sitting in the upper city,
Yeah.
where all of the rest of the nobility are.
Okay.
If we had to put odds on this, is this a rebellion that might succeed, or is this a rebellion that's just going to dash itself against a well-trained militia?
This is a substantial crowd. So you've already seen, however they managed to do it, they've gotten through the first wall, right? So the outer city, Pua, have made their way into the city proper in hordes. That, as well as the rioting that you've seen so far, any guard presence that was supposed to keep things settled and at bay has died down. Nobody is going to be a martyr here, and it seems that most of the fighting is now led to the wall itself. The men and the guards that stand up there, they're dressed in regalia denoting their specific sort of prestige in the guards, being part of more of the noble guard unit. You do catch glimpses of the more common guards also patrolling the wall, but they are far and few between.
Let's.
So just a question here for the group. This group of people, are we on their side? Are we against them? Do we just want the money? If there was no money there, would we join them and go and stop the expensive people? Where are we sitting on this group here before Xander starts to think about what justice might look like? You know?
I don't know about rest of you. You're not from Baldur's Gate, or at least Xander. If you are, you can't remember. But this change has been a long time coming.
So are we the champions of this change then?
Well, yeah. So it's up to you if you would like to assist and lead this revolution, or take the money, cut and run.
I'm not here to lead. It's not what I'm for. This mace in my hand is for justice that must be dealt. If you are desperate to get back to the house and move the money, I could potentially lead the horde away from House Todd to another part of the city or another section of the upper limits.
I think it would be safest if we did stick together.
Are you assuming that we would not split the party for safety?
You know what they say about safety in numbers, right?
So, Red, you appear to be the figurehead of this uprising. Lead the way. Lead these people. This could become, the town where you really find your mark. By the way, that could also help us get to our well-earned treasure without getting mobbed.
By the way, is that just putting a giant target on your back with a bunch of other nobility that really possibly are not happy with
I have.
just transpired?
Look at
I
the
have.
Are you saying
armies.
there's-
I have an idea. I have an idea. Let's go find some red faux helmets and stuff, and start passing them out amongst the crowd.
Ooh. FIFA Vendetta style.
All right, I like that's a very interesting solution to this particular conundrum.
Does anyone have any magic that can create things
Create things. I can create lots
Like-
of spikes.
like these helmets or something?
Could any way that we could just raid the armory at your father's place? If they've got some helmets there, I'm sure we could get some paint.
So we have to go through. Actually, we have to go through the walls that everyone is after, trying to get through at the moment. Actually, is there a hardware store or something nearby, or something?
It's
You
warehouse.
notice that most of the stores nearby have been raided. Anything of value to act as a weapon has been picked up, and the place that sells pickaxes, shovels, is definitely one of the first hit, as you notice that one of the local hardware stores is just being cleaned out.
Okay, right.
I cannot create things. I can fix things that are broken, but I cannot create hats that you talk of. Water, however, I could potentially move them aside if we wanted to move the people for a period of time, so we could walk past them.
A question
That's a
for you
story.
guys: where are you having this conversation?
I think whilst we're walking, maybe.
Yeah.
Are you still wearing your helmet?
I feel like this is a trick question.
It's just a curiosity. Would you be wearing your helmet?
I
as
would have
you-
been wearing my helmet because I was wearing it when we exited the courtroom.
Beautiful. So as you flow out of the courtroom and the mass starts to notice you walking with your party, it is all you can do but be swept up in the moment as the crowd swarms your party, and hundreds, if not thousands, of people are all around as you feel yourself attempt to be lifted from the ground.
Whoa!
Do you resist?
Yeah, I say, hold, people,
Uh,
hold.
Make a let's do a persuasion check with disadvantage. It's very loud at the moment. To try and even hear anything over there, their shouting is hard.
He's not the Messiah. He's a very naughty boy.
I'm gonna also use my guidance to make that a 17.
So those in immediate proximity to you just sort of let you go, but the general crowd starts to chant, "Red help! Red help! Red help!" As you see the crowd part from where you are, as most of the people sort of stare at you and start to chant and stomp their weapons on the ground, stomp their feet, as if the crowd is just partying around you, creating this effect where of everybody in this crowd, you probably stand out the most right now.
Yeah.
Are there many that actually are, like, as someone pointed out, are they wearing helmets or makeshift headgear, like a bucket on their head or something?
I'm like the majority of these people are going to be poor people. If they had the inspiration to do that, I'm sure like one or two people would have put a bucket on their head, but it's obviously impractical unless they had time to engineer it so they could see. But yeah, some would be wearing leather caps. Others would have an old rusty helmet that was their father's. So there would be one or two, but on the whole,
Not
you've got a bunch of peasants wielding pitchforks, ready to change Baldur's Gate forever.
Alright, I'll stand up straight. People of Baldur's Gate. Today,
As you begin to speak, the crowd begins to sort of hush, listening for your very word.
today is the day where we change the future of Baldur's Gate.
Here!
But I cannot do it alone. I need you, all of you, to help. I am but one man. But together, we can take down the nobility.
We stand with you!
We can make Baldur's Gate what it should have always been. Today, and I pull off my helm and I hold it up into the air. Join me! We are Red Helm! And I place it back down and I start making my way up towards the inner city.
Oh shit! All right, that's beautiful. As you do so, the crowd just roars, and the general just push is just insane. You guys all feel the pressure from the crowd as everything just rushes forwards. The stone walkways of the city have never housed so many footsteps at once, as the very city seems to be trying its best to contain the push that's now going through towards those inner walls. The walls begin to be surrounded as you see a thick mass of people just start to fill out the space. As you approach, you're actually quite a bit behind, but seeing who you are, seeing the entourage that you bring, the crowd begins to open up a little bit for you. As you begin to make your way towards the wall, you're approached by a few figures who are wearing satchels on their backs. They walk up to you, and one of them says, Red Helm, you are the one that has done so much for the people. Is that right?
Yes, it is I.
I am here to help. I was the one who set the charges on the outer city wall. I was able to break them down so that we could come in. I think I have enough left so that I can blow up this wall as well. But I'm going to need your help in maintaining safety so that I can do that.
Yes. What's your name?
My name is Jeremiah.
Jeremiah. Very well. We'll start moving people away from where you're going to plant this, because we don't want any of these people to be hurt.
I'm trying to think of the best place to do it, and if we come straight on, they'll surely expect it. I plan on hitting it from the eastern side, that we draw some attention away.
So
if you can
get people to the western side, and then get most of the guard presence on that side.
That would be perfect. And beyond that, do you happen to have anything that could help protect me? I'm afraid I'm one of the only people that knows how to set this thing off. If I die, our hope dies with me.
I will cast on this man. All these things. Don't mind me, just having a quick look. God, why does all this my stuff last for so short of amount of time? Actually, that
Yeah,
might
I
be
was thinking bless and bless.
Yeah,
I
I was even going like Crusader's Mantle and like a bunch of other stuff, and I'm like, none of this stuff lasts for very long. It's all like combat stuff. Hang on. How long does that last for? Does that last for?
Are any of you guys carrying shields?
I am carrying a shield currently, and I was actually going to look at if I could give him a shield of faith, but I don't know if I still have that or not.
I've got it.
I've got it.
I can give him
guys.
I can give him my old shield.
He looks at you guys and he says, "My party and I will gladly take on this burden, but we have very little weapons. If you could perhaps spare your shields, I will at least have them covering my back."
I'll give him my old shield, and I'll give him my. I think I've got a mace and a warhammer, so I'll give him my mace, and on the mace I will cast magic weapon.
He sort of takes it very gently, in kind of reverence to who you are, and he, with a glint in his eye, says, "Redhelm, I will fight to the death for this cause. You honor me and my people here. Truly, you are the leader that we have been looking for." And
I invite one man. Spread the word, though. Have people put on the helm, whatever they can make, makeshift ones or anything.
Paint their faces
I will
red.
take your message. I will take your message. And he
But they
says,
will never take your freedom.
"For Redhelm, for
Before he-
Baldur's Gate."
Before he
For
charges
Baldur's
on-
Gate!
How
For
long?
Baldur's Gate.
How long is this going to take to lay charges?
Are you asking for that?
I'll rephrase that. 10 minutes?
I'm sure that I'll be able to get it in as long as I have uninterrupted. I can probably have it done.
Just cast a
Faith.
knife.
Alright, very well.
He gains a +2 to AC.
The party
And
begins
he's
to.
a +1 weapon as well. Now,
Oh.
it lasts for an hour,
Uh,
so I have to concentrate on that. So.
Mine's 10,
Yeah. So
10 minutes.
you see in like response to your request, he takes a small dagger out of his belt, and he creates a slice on the back of his hand, where blood starts to pour out, and you can see him start to paint his cheeks and his forehead with the red.
Hardcore.
And he says, I will do this. Protect me, protect the people, and whatever you do, make sure that tomorrow Baldur's Gate wakens to hope and freedom for our people. And he bows to you as he walks off with some armament and some capability to hopefully get this done.
Bahamut be with you.
And he sort of blends back into the crowd as you again see more and more people doing their best with what they've got, and the red faces start to spread across the crowd as more and more people begin to streak their faces with blood as they begin to all become Redhelm. How
hardcore.
What do you
Super
guys-
hardcore. Like, cut the back of the hand and like paint the face. I was like, it's okay.
It wasn't necessary. It was fine. All right. So what's the plan? Like, what are you guys? What's your goal to try and?
Are you guys
try and
gonna have
help
red
us
faces as well? No, I'm joking.
No.
Please don't do that.
out? Rand's like, I'm far too gorgeous for that.
Red, did you just make a commitment that we'd lead these people to the western area of the city?
Yes, as many people as we can get away from what Jeremiah is going to be doing.
Well, that's on you, my friend, to rally their support and let them follow you. What's the reason for them to go to the west?
Do we just start shouting, charge the
Go
west gate?
Charge the west gate!
Go
That
west!
could actually work.
Life is peaceful.
It's probably
West
not
is
too
best.
far.
West is best.
Well, that's catchy. I'll
Drain
let you
the
roll
swamp.
a persuasion check with
Drain
advantage
the
on that.
swamp.
What if
Drain
you
the
what
swamp.
if you start to spread a rumor that you know of an easy passage to the west?
The easiest passage to the west.
Easiest passage into the area of nobility is to the west. It's a hidden area that those who have been there know about, that those who have not been there perhaps don't know.
You could say that they've broken through already on the west gate.
I don't know. We just need to get these people away, man. This is the Red Show, and we're here to support. But this is your city.
Let's do. Well, DM. Is there any actual secret ways from the lower city into the upper city that I would know about?
Make a history check. I think that's a cool
This
way.
is an
to-
int check, which I have a -1 to my int. So,
Love that. Love that.
so I'm going to guide myself too, because if it ain't broke,
Oh god.
That's an
Ooh,
8.
an
That's a
8.
big old
That's
8.
pretty good.
Yeah, that's my big brain energy coming through.
Let's see. I think you would know that there is, right. Your time as a sleuth in the city would basically tell you that there has to be some ways in or out. You know that most of the nobility have ways to traverse unknown to the rest of the population, but being so out of touch with the corruption, you weren't involved, and your father never trusted you with the secrets of how he gets in and out. I'll leave it to that with an 8.
Damn it, they're all in the east, where the bomb's gonna be. Shit. All right. No, that was a joke. I'm kidding.
That's pretty good.
As a potentially Baldur's Gate native, can I have a roll and see if maybe my memory is rejigged by all the commotion going on?
You could roll like it's like a history check with disadvantage.
No. All right. We've got some luck points to use, so we'll see how we go.
Didn't you use your luck points last session?
Oh, nat 1, nat 20 in the same roll.
You've got a reroll, Xander, like from last session.
I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna use that reroll from the previous session.
An 11.
And I'm gonna use one of my luck points. I use those up when we're in the puzzle realm, but then we get those back after a long sleep.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I cannot believe
You did it again.
If you're in the chat, I've just rolled a nat 1 and a nat 20 in the same roll, twice in 3 rolls, and I'm at disadvantage here. So I'm clearly not remembering anything. In fact, I may have forgotten something by trying to remember something too hard, I think.
Were you the mace of what again?
Ow!
Yeah.
Base of memory.
All right, well, let's just tell people just to
Base of
storm the west gate.
To be fair, you're trying to draw upon some knowledge that you've been here for what, 3 days? Elapsed?
I can't remember.
Just make it so
I'm
red.
getting a headache.
Make a history check.
I'm
3
sure
days.
if you create some noise and point in the west, people will follow you.
All right,
It's
I
worth
just
a shot.
scream at the top of my lungs in my best Batman voice. Storm the west! Storm the west gate!
Yeah, make a persuasion check.
That wasn't very good Batman voice.
That's in your best Batman voice?
I
believe
it's
pronounced-
like the low talking like that, but
Yeah.
I can't do like the shouting. I can do the where is she? Like,
You should have just said Adam West. Adam West.
I also guide myself with my persuasion, so I get a 14 with my persuasion.
I'm also going to guide him.
Double up.
It's not there.
I don't know if it stacks, does it?
In this moment, it sure does.
Okay.
As you begin to glow from all of the magic radiation that just surrounds you. The iconic red helmet shining out into the crowd. As you begin to shout to storm the west gate, those around you begin to chant with you, West Gate! West Gate! As you see,
Throwing the west is best, just for good luck, just for measure.
one sort of really edgy supporter of yours is like, West is best! West is best! They
Mullet.
a very sick mullet. He's got a Tui's extra dry in one hand.
He already
And a
has it
pistol
emblazoned
together.
on a cap.
He does, yeah.
There's merch already.
He's got the T-shirt. He's there for it. As they begin to slowly, you can see the crowd first. Those around you lurch towards the west, and then those others begin to catch on to the general feeling as the crowd begins to slowly move, as everything heads towards the west. As you spot into the distance, you see a group of 5 men heading towards the eastern wall.
Get them. Stop them.
That is Jeremiah, right?
You would assume so.
Okay.
Leave them. Leave them.
Stop
Deception.
them. Wait, shit, there's some big people on our team.
Person.
So you guys eventually head towards the west
Tell
wall. you begin to see some of the townsfolk just really whipped up into a frenzy by all of the commands. That the Wester's best guy, you can see his cap just like bobbing into the crowd as you see them start to smack into the western gate. You see one of the pitchforks has been embedded into the wood of the gate itself. As they start to try and just break it down by pure force. The guards on top begin to shout, "Get back! Back, all of you!" As you see that the people are just ignoring them at all costs. As a few minutes go by, you hear the guardsman shout, voice being amplified by magic this time. "Get away from the wall, or I will be forced to drop oil upon you." As he says, "I will count to 10," and he begins to count.
How tall?
9.
Ren lines up an arrow at his head.
Yeah, how
and
tall's
takes
the
him
wall?
down.
Yeah.
The light. How high is this wall?
This wall is probably a good, I don't know, what's a human? Is a human 6 foot?
Yeah.
I'd say it's probably like 10 humans stacked on top of each other, so like a 60-foot wall.
That's fine.
That's
take him
just in
down.
range. I'm gonna
It's
cast
just out of range for a compelled duel or a whole person.
just before he gets to
Oh,
like
Hulk
2.
Wilson 60
I'll
feet.
cast spiritual weapon, and I'm just gonna bop him off the edge.
Oh, nice. Okay, so I like the visual of this. Is like as he begins to count, you aim your weapon.
Ren was, Ren was.
So Ren,
No,
go and make an attack roll.
Attack.
Being the sort of quick draw, ranged expert that you are,
That's a 22 to hit.
a nice little 22. It hits. Roll for damage.
14 piercing.
Oh, nice. So yeah, you pierce this guy, and you see him start, and it's like his counting stops as he was getting to 2. At the same time, this weapon appears. And what's your weapon's appearance this time, Red
Well, I don't know if they're still in the chat. I don't know if they're still in the
No,
chat.
I'd hold off. Hold off.
Oh,
Next
okay.
time, next time.
This time it will just be my small little friend Zim. He's just gonna come up and like 1,000 years of death this guy right in the butthole off the edge.
As you put it up there.
That'd be a red card if it weren't historically accurate.
Can I just... No.
Yep. No. So in that moment, you do get that beautiful scene of this guy teetering at best, trying to just stay up as this arrow pierces his chest between his sort of plated armor, and the final push. You see him just sort of flip over the side of the wall as he falls into the waiting sea of rioters.
Now I get to ask my
so-
question.
Yes.
Did we just draw first blood of the riot?
We already
Oh.
drew first blood with
Yeah,
my father.
the crowd,
No, okay,
the crowd
so did we...
has been.
We did
very
the
much-
mic drop moment. We did the mic drop moment, and then the crowd inside descended on him. So we didn't draw first blood.
No,
That
but
was-
I
that
meant
was
like
done.
of the riot proper.
No.
Look, it's okay.
no.
He tripped and fell off a cliff. Fell off the cliff.
You've
It's
seen
fine.
some
Accidents
you've seen
happen.
some
They should put railings on these
surprisingly-
things.
You found some surprisingly royal-looking splatters of blood in the streets as you've sort of been walking out. This is definitely not the first casualty of this particular riot.
No,
The rest
but
of
again,
the
we may have just lit a fire underneath it.
no,
The
for
fire
sure,
is
for
lit.
sure. So in response, I'm going to get you guys to roll initiative. Just give me 1 sec before you do, though. I want to get you guys onto the right,
Onto the right map.
which is just the battle map. We'll draw a nice little handy
Yes.
hand-drawn wall.
You gonna give us a handy?
Oh dear.
Red card.
Red helm gets a red card.
Rod's not here. Someone has to do it.
No, you're
Somewhat.
right. You're right. You're doing God's work. Oh, let's see. We got this one. We got this one.
We have very different gods, sir. Very different.
Oh, is that the new puppy?
That is the new puppy in the background. Yeah. Come here, killer. Come get internet famous.
Oh my god!
Look at that.
Oh, what a little Brussels griffin.
Little- Arr.
So cute.
Arr.
Sub for puppies, guys. Sub for puppies.
Love for puppies.
I'm not above
Definitely.
creating some
I mean,
puppies.
she already has a name, but if you sub, I may rename her.
Oh.
Just saying.
Just name it
My
Cass.
wife is disagreeing vehemently and urgently in the background here. I'm going to have it stolen back. But give it a go, team. Sub, and I will name the puppy after you.
Stolen.
Inflatable cat. The dog would be hilarious.
That would be great.
What's your dog's name? Inflatable cat. What's your
Just-
dog's name? Reach 13.
We got some. We
It
got
said
the,
Droop.
Ooh,
There's
we
a
have
Droop dog
we have
in there.
rampants.
we do. Like they're regular. They've got very good blacksmiths up here in the upper city.
Mm.
So yeah, you guys are all on the map. Not yet.
Yeah.
Shall we bring ourselves on?
Come on and roll those initiatives.
Yeah.
Just initiative. Gonna put me in the thing. Better than you. Red. Bit slow, mate. Gonna be slow.
He's too caught
Too
up.
busy. Oh man, I stuffed it. Hold on.
That is so on point for Red Helm.
Oh, Claymore does not want to go first. I don't
You
know
can
what I'm
always-
doing yet.
You
I
can
haven't
hold your
got a
action
plan.
and you can put yourself in another part of the turn order.
That was.
Just beautiful. We've got this here.
The dice gods are just being mean today.
That does happen. Pretty classic. We got something on. So we see you guys sitting here at the gate, as this is the gate section here. Most of the now gathered amongst you as you guys begin to get ready for some action.
Cool.
There's surprisingly very few images of just a crowd of people, quite as described. So you'll just have to imagine this entire area is filled and will be difficult terrain for the
Yeah.
sake of tonight.
I need to.
It's Helm's Deep during the daytime.
I need to draw my Zim.
We even have the guy trying to blow up the wall.
It's pretty classic. It's pretty
Yeah.
classic.
There's my Zim up on the wall. Look at him. Look at him. Beautiful.
So lifelike, mate. So lifelike.
So lifelike, especially the head. The head sells
Right.
it.
Kind of like got the hips moving for a sexy
Oh,
fireball.
no, it's
His legs move. No.
That's not
like I've tried to make it grouping, but I ended up just moving his leg. So this is now a group of things, and we can actually edit this. Can we edit this thing? I don't think I can. It's not an object I can edit. I was gonna give him a name tag, but that's fine. All right. So we also have on top of that all of the guardsmen in the top of the wall here, looking very aristocratic as they begin their particular assault upon the group. And we also have the guard who looks a bit worse for wear on the ground here, where the
Like a
Zim
Yamcha.
kicking.
Good fight.
So yeah, as we begin to to jump in. We have Claymore. You are first. What do you want to do?
I'm not gonna do anything. I'd rather we don't escalate this situation any further. A lot of people could get killed here. I'm
Sorry, Clay, what do you mean escalate any further? Go
We're in the
further.
middle of a fucking riot.
We're all about
I
helping
know,
out now.
and you just killed the head guard.
There's plenty more where that came from, I'm sure. Unleash fury, man! Unleash the fury!
So before we jump in,
How do the guards look? Like
scared.
Pissed.
okay.
Do we want to? So Red Helm is waiting on the in the crowd. Do we want to get Red Helm to push his way to the front to begin the fight?
Yes.
What?
How do we get Red Helm in here? Oh, sorry, Bear.
Bear.
Apologies.
Let's get Bear.
Apologies.
Who's
Oh,
definitely
Bear's-
been fighting anything that moves.
Oh, he's probably part of the reason that there's royal
So-
floods.
Yeah, so Claymore's trying to defuse the situation, and we're just gonna let Bear in.
Yeah. I would like to get the Bear in. He missed. He didn't get any combat last.
There's not enough rage. That's why we need the bear.
Alright. Well, if the Bear's coming, we know shit's gonna go down. I would like to throw... Can I see someone if I threw a chance lance?
Yeah, you probably have visibility as being a bit back from the right at the front. You can make a throw.
I'll throw it at the guy directly in front of me. It's within range on us 30 feet.
So the range of 30 feet is not, because they're up at least 60 feet in the air. So you can roll disadvantage.
Yeah, alright.
We need to do some sort of Pythagoras theorem by knowing the distance to the wall and the height of the wall and work out the long side.
It'll be longer than 60 feet. That's what's
It's
important.
an 11 and a 4, so that's
Nice.
problem.
So yeah, the four misses. And so does the
chance
11.
lance sort of reverses back in time, back into the hand.
as it goes back and forth, and the guards look at you as they begin to draw weapons in your direction.
I'd like to cast regret.
Ah, yes, that's a
I
classic.
don't have it prepared. My bad.
No regret here. Just like that, Bear charges through the crowd.
Hey,
Snoring.
it's the bullet sponge.
Oh yeah. Human shield, baby. Here we
Bear
go.
with us as we get Bear into the video, but Bear is joined us shortly.
Boris, the bullet dodger.
All right, so as you guys begin to respond, Xander, you're up next.
Xander
is going to do a little bit of
just looking at the distance here. Some spirit weapon action. Gonna rock himself up, get nice and close, and then I'm gonna cast my spirit weapon, which is a perfect like shoulders and head of Tyr. Right?
Nice.
And it just berates you and yells, "Here comes the justice," and then attacks you. And you get hurt pretty bad.
Beautiful. Let's bring that smack down.
Bring the smack down.
For he reigned upon us with fury.
No joke. That's
That
kinda
weed
where
shaped box is that's where he's at.
we're at. Awesome. You guys really
And
even rival me in the drawing capacity.
yeah, I thought it was pretty sweet. Sweet.
Of
Hey,
course,
do I
I'm
get
joining
that?
these penises everywhere.
Fucking pack here, just saying.
Zim had blue balls for a sec.
Oh, I've missed so many red cards.
You have
So
That's
absolutely.
right, you missed it. Robin gave everyone a handy before, so
Oh,
I
nice.
did.
Oh.
I did. It's been a night for it, honestly.
All of the cards have been red. All of the cards.
You gotta make that.
Do I get to attack with that guy? Yeah, sweet. Okay.
Yeah.
Does he get the bonuses when he attacks?
From what? I don't think he gets your bonuses.
oh
Oh man.
no,
Wah, wah, wah.
another one.
Oof.
Get
Yeah.
rid of them all now. They're gonna be back soon.
as Tia, embodied in your spiritual weapon, tries to attack the guard, being as they are ready for an onslaught, seeing the Zim power play before, they're wary of this particular trick and avoid the hit from Tia. Anything else in your turn?
Yeah, I'm just gonna move back a little bit again. Just to the side of it here.
Nice.
Red. Fair. Good to see you, good sir.
Bear, do you
Yeah,
want to roll an initiative for me? And add
I
yourself to
could
the...
not think of anything more exciting than to do that right now.
You're going to be frustrated because these guys are up on a 60-foot wall. So I don't know how well you're going to do there.
And if
I do. I stole a bow off Ren
Oh,
many
you
episodes
did.
ago. I've already thought about this.
It's time.
You watch
and,
me snipe the shit out of it and show you how to use a
and
bow.
FYI, we are a diversionary tactic for a group of 5 who are blowing up the wall elsewhere.
Why? You picked the shit side. You picked the B job. Why did you pick the B? Man, I missed one part of it. You've already picked the B job.
As
You get to smash shit on this one.
It's pretty good. So you are up now, Bear, as the guards at this particular gate shoot down upon you. You guys have taken down one of them by shooting them with an arrow and having the Zim spirit weapon just push them over the edge of the wall. And now they're retaliating in full, and there's threat of oil being poured upon the crowd. You guys are actually in a mass of people now, beginning your siege upon the western gate into the upper city of Baldur's Gate. What do you do?
Alright, I am going to, so I guess I'm back a bit from the wall. Just bear with me 1 second.
So yeah, that's a 20 foot there and then 60 foot right up.
Oh.
Triangle
Okay.
math.
Yeah, no, it's which way I go with this. This could be the dumbest thing I've done, but yeah, that's the joy. I'm gonna
I reckon
rage.
you have to roll to see if Bear's intelligent enough to know whether or not he can hit someone from this distance.
Bear's not that. What's your intelligence?
Minus
Intelligence is 12, so plus 1.
He's got +1. He's more intelligent than the average person.
Than the average bear.
Other than the average
Bear.
bear. You
How many of
us
us
all
all
said that at the same time.
I know, you said it.
Perfect. Well played.
Virtual high five. Virtual high five. There we go.
So I'm gonna rip out the wooden recurve that I picked up from Ren, and just mimicking what she's done before. Absolutely no idea how to actually shoot this, but I'm just gonna pull and rip.
Yeah, I mean, as you shoot, you realize it's not that hard. Like, it's just you pull a string and you just let it go, and it does all the work for you. It's no challenge like an axe.
What is the point of this stupid weapon? It's a waste of my time.
You just
Too
you just
easy.
point it at what you want to attack, and it attacks. It's
Ren takes 2 psychic damage. My class is useless. Everyone
As
can do
you're-
it.
As the arrow soars over, you just hear "ah!" as you hit someone up there.
With 5 points of damage. That was so easy. I'm going again. Ah! Yeah, I'm that good.
You again. You just point it and you shoot, and you hear another scream of pain. Ah! but this
See,
time
Ren,
from a different
your weapon
area.
is easy.
This is
You're
it's not
such
the
shit.
same part of the ramparts. So,
8
but
points.
you do manage to hit another person up there.
All right, and with that, I'm going to run like a madman at the wall, and because I have, where's he gone?
He's gonna jump in.
I was going to say, I'd
Beast
love
your
the
soul.
intelligence.
I'm going to climb. You gain climbing speed equal to your walking speed, so I'm going to climb 40 feet up the wall.
Oh, shit.
I mean, who would have thought that we'd actually use that one? But cool. As you begin to climb, you manage to get 40 feet up the 60-foot wall. As you begin to end your turn.
And it's my turn.
That's a sexy turn right there. Ren, after already assassinating one of these guards and seeing your companion, hit 2 of them, what's your response?
Just ignoring Bear's mockery. First, going to put
Vicious,
Hunter's Mark on
vicious.
this guy here. So cast Hunter's Mark on that one, and then shoot him twice. That'll be a 20 to hit.
Hits.
8 plus 1d6,
Awesome.
which
With
is
a
13.
Ooh, very nice.
And then just shoot him again, unless he's dead.
Not yet.
Okay, we're going to shoot him again. For
Ooh.
31. Natural
Oh.
20.
Nasty.
Does that make you
Ain't
feel good
nothing
now?
like a
You feel
crit.
good, little girl? You can shoot.
That's how you shoot this thing, Bear.
Not to be outdone.
That's 21. Do I get a double on the Hunter's Mark?
No, I don't
No.
believe so.
Double the
No.
dice.
Double
So
the dice
that
plus
is a
points.
23 damage.
Yeah, so you shoot your bow up there, targeting the target that you've practiced the shot, 1,000 times, and as you do, you don't even hear the scream of pain, as 2 arrows from your quiver are released in quick succession into the sky. But what you do hear is the clang of metal as something up there falls onto the stone. And when you do that, you hear screams from either of the men on the sides of this guy, as you realize that the oil cauldron which they were hauling up onto the ramparts has fallen and spilt as boiling oil pours over the ramparts, burning their feet as well as making it a slick surface in there. This one here falling to the floor, all you hear is a sizzle as the boiling oil does its work upon its body. The rest of these guards begin on their turn to run. They are getting away from this wall as fast as they can. That shot and the smell of burnt flesh, too much for them to handle, as their will breaks and they bolt to either side of the ramparts to get away from this. Next up we have Red Helm.
Speaking of blue balls, I think combat's almost over and I almost missed it.
I love the smell of napalm in the morning.
Yeah.
Hey team, just making sure we saw it there, but Ren's picked up a lovely re-roll out of the chat. If you're in the chat, you can spend those points, just saying.
Someone felt sorry for Ren.
And why? Do you know why Ren needed the reroll? I'm not quite sure.
I didn't think she did need the reroll after all.
Anybody
Awesome.
can use
So-
a bow.
What are you doing, Red Helm?
Yeah, I'm gonna just say to Bear, is the oil? It's not falling into the crowd of people at the moment, is it?
So no, it's got a bit of a build up. It's
Yeah.
got like it's in the channel effectively of those ramparts. Not
So
really
where-
designed to be a smart place to pour molten oil.
So
if you're
it's
up.
is it where the guards currently are standing though, as they run away?
Or was it here?
Yeah, so it's, if you imagine these black boxes are like raised extra high. So if you imagine like there's 2 foot of wall and then like a raised section which is maybe another foot higher, giving like the black areas are like 3 foot high or maybe 4 foot high, and the gray areas are maybe only like 3 foot high. So there's like a 3 foot high minimum wall on either side, both forward and backwards on this wall, creating like an aqueduct almost in the channel of this oil that's now pouring, both like it's just pouring all the way left and all the way right,
Okay,
up on top of the rampart.
So they are currently in the oil.
Yes.
Okay. What I'm
That's
gonna
why
do
they're
then-
running. They're trying to get
Yeah.
away from the oil.
What I'm gonna do then is
Do it.
I think I know where you're going, and I love it, but it's also going to be so devastating.
I
Right.
cast Molotov cocktail.
I shout out to the crowd. See how they flee. They fear us. They know they have no power. And I point up at the spot, and I cast a sacred flame on the oil.
Nice. All right. Well, I think the oil doesn't really have a chance to make a save here. It doesn't dodge as you call this holy fire down upon the area, and you see the oil sizzle, but the divine doesn't really cause it to catch alight. But lucky for you, you incite such confidence in the people, seeing your initiative. They take your sort of calling down as a beacon, as a target, as you just see these torches being hurled into the sky. The massive people just start to throw their torches as the sea of torches fly into the sky. Some of them not making their mark, hitting the wall. Some of them burn Bear's ass. Make a dex
sorry,
save,
Bear.
Bear.
Why am I always doing this? It's you.
As
It's always
the torches start to like soar over like a sea of arrows that would fly
I can
down
shake that
upon
booty.
defending army, you see eventually enough carry
Pinch
over
point.
for them to light, and you just see poof, as the line of oil begins to light up, and their scream continues of the guardsmen on top of the tower. As they catch light, the oil just unable to be put out. They drop and roll, but rolling just puts them into more danger. A few of them just leap off. The one on the right just absolutely just jumps to their death, hoping that would be a better outcome.
Damn, I really wanted him to jump closer for an attack of opportunity.
This one here runs right up to Bear, trying
Okay.
to get away from it, leaping over, not knowing that there's a bear just waiting for them as they jump.
Oh, I'm going for a
You wanna make an attack
one-handed.
opportunity.
Yep, one-handed axe. One hanging
Do
on.
it, do it.
Them nat 20s.
18
Oh,
points of
love
damage
it.
as he falls to his death.
Yeah, like he's hoping for a quick end, but you give him an even quicker one
It's
as
like the
he
guy in
jumps
Titanic
past.
that hits the propeller blade and spins faster.
You put him out of his misery quicker than he expected, as the crowd, who was already painting their faces with blood, now find themselves just absolutely covered in a torrent of blood that rains down from the sky, as this body is flung over the crowd. As one more falls, unable to make it over, you hear the sizzle as it ends for the defenders of this particular part of the city.
Does anyone know when the bomb is going to go off? I probably should have asked that guy.
You had a rough
Within
estimate.
10 minutes?
Minutes, yeah. At this
Um,
point,
If we
Sorry.
wanted a distraction, that's a distraction. We just
it's a
set
pretty
fire
bloody.
to the west wall.
And as if you sort of on cue, you start to hear a yell from the eastern wall as you see a bunch of the guardsmen begin to try and head that way. But as they do, you notice that the group of men are beginning to run back towards you as they're hightailing it out of there. And you see arrows begin to rain down upon them as they try and make their way back to you. The few shields that you were able to pass to them coming into use here as they begin to rush through. As they make it close, you see a few of the guardsmen all start to aim directly towards them, cutting off their path as arrows rain down directly where they're going to go. As they stop running, they look like they're cornered. A few of the people, they start to crouch. You look over and see Jeremiah crouching down as he begins to concentrate. And as he does, you hear another explosion in the city. As in the east, the wall is blown to smithereens. Dust settling upon the city, sprayed out behind them, as taking the moment of freedom that the distraction of the explosion gives them. Jeremiah and his group begin to make their way back to you, disappearing into the city buildings as they begin to run to safety. The crowd, seeing this explosion, again uniting in a roar of anticipation. They pick you up as into the sweep of the crowd as they all begin to march as a militia towards the hole now created by this explosion.
Before we get too far, what material is the gate made of here? Is it completely solid? Can I see through it?
It is completely solid, reinforced wood.
No peeky holes for seeing what might be on the other side? No. Okay. No misty stepping to the other side of that.
Because you can misty step to the top of the wall, can't you?
Nah, it's 30 feet range.
Ah, shit. Maybe you can ask Bear to carry.
One option I had was actually misty step onto his shoulders and be carried up the rest of the way.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
I can drop rope down and carry you up I will literally carry you up. You can hang on to my
I was thinking of just popping the gate so that we've now got two holes and the crowd can sort of surge from. But if I can't see the area, then I can't misty step through it.
Yeah. 30 feet is very limiting with these big walls, hey? It's not intentionally designed that way, but it's a good kind of way to get around magic interference.
Actually, on that,
takes a mental note.
Can I climb the rest of the way up to like the top of the turret?
It's still on fire.
No, but this bit is right, so I want to get above the fire.
Yeah. So you're kind of sitting like there's no fire directly where you are right now.
Cool. So then I drop
down onto the fire.
I'm going to drop down my hemp rope. No, Mark, you should. Now Claymore should be able to.
How long is the rope? Is that a 30-foot or a 60-foot rope?
Well, it's only 30 foot. He needs to only misty step 30 feet, right?
So you gotta misty step and grab it in the same action.
I'm good.
Ah, Princess Peach.
I feel like there's an athletics check coming here.
I would have loved to have that athletics check go off and you just fall 30 feet.
There was also going to need to be some checks around how sturdy the door is and how likely one person can open it from the other side.
So what do we want? I'm up here. What do we need?
But as you pop up to the other side, you for the first time see that they expected you guys to get through that gate. As on that side, you see a mass of armed forces begin to march towards the eastern wall. Your distraction having worked, but only so much as now both armies are meeting as they begin to rush to the entrance created by the explosion.
Looks like we got a whole lot more killing time to go, fellas.
The smile on your face is disconcerting.
Yeah.
Bear! Pop the gate, Bear! Open the gate!
Alright, I guess I can take my time to climb back down the other side.
As you do, are you trying to be stealthy?
Of course I am. not going to work, but we're going to go for
Go
it
ahead
anyway.
and make a stealth check.
Wrong button.
Come on.
Wow. You're actually quite stealthy.
Yeah.
That's your whole
I'm-
assassin backstory thing
It
coming
is.
in there.
It's the assassin back, the urban bounty hunter coming in there.
Yeah, this is your natural habitat. This is the type of thing that you were bred to do. This is what like courses through your veins when you are successful. And as you do so, you are slipping through the city as if it was built for you, and falling to the other side with a natural ease. You find the mechanism to open the door. You see it's just a simple bar that's laid across it. It would require quite a bit of strength.
Sorry guys, here comes the nat one.
No.
Go ahead and make a strength check to see if you can lift. I'm giving you advantage on this one just because I think that the
It'll
moment
take too long.
will be going in through you. So with the 22, you struggle at first to get the momentum, but quickly as your body begins to just like a bear's claw from your barbarian rage comes out as you grip it into the wood and use it as purchase to just lift your shoulder up into the wood to push it off. You guys on the other side, you hear this as the wood begins to scrape against itself, and with a release, you just hear the doof as the piece of wood falls to the floor after being lifted by Bear. Now, Bear, another strength check to open these gates, just to push them open.
Can we all get
Do
behind
it.
and push open with him or help on the other side?
Do it.
You guys feel like the wood begin to try and like push inwards as you guys are trying to get this door open. Do you guys also try and help?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and help as well.
Give me some strength checks. Let's see how you guys do.
I am
Nah,
strong.
not helping. Bear's got this. He's fine.
How am I the strongest one out of a lot of you?
I'm also gonna just guide myself.
Can I just
I'm
say
only
that
doing
Yeah,
one-handed,
19, there we
put it
go.
down
That's a
the,
19.
Bear's doing really well with a bow, but Ren's crushing it on strength checks.
Yeah.
Like there's
I
something.
don't know what's going on tonight, but once this
Freaky Friday. You guys have switched
Oh, well
bodies.
done. Topsy-turvy.
So together, you guys managed to help Bear's amazing effort as his muscles rippling. This door is just so heavy. With all of you, though, it is just manageable. As you begin to pull, the doors begin to give way, and as you do so, they push open, slamming against the sides of the wall. As some of the remaining townsfolk, noticing the new avenue for entrance, begins to turn around, splitting the mob in two. Now, this is a good spot for a break. I'm just wary. So, for those listening at home, most of us, the Raging Rolls, have had a hectic week. So we are looking at maybe ending stream a little bit early. So, just wanted to poll the group. Are we keen to go for another half an hour, or do we think this is a good spot to finish it up and we can pick up next session?
I'm happy to push it for a
Half
bit
an
more.
hour.
Half an hour.
I'm going to get another 30.
Yeah.
Awesome. So let's go for a quick
then 30.
break, and then we do 30. So let's do 10 minutes. We come back at 9:55,
Yep.
and we'll
10.
pick it up from there.
Cool.
Still on the Capitol building.
Hey, and welcome back to the Raging Rolls cause a riot and rebellion, as we find ourselves just having swung open the gate into Baldur's Gate Upper City. The party are at the front of the pack as the rest of the rioters begin to fall into the city to try their best to destroy what was the suppressive powers of the ruling noble class. What are we all doing as we see the gate open in front of us?
I would grab Bear and stuff and let the group go past us and try and use the back ways a little bit where we can, like in step with the group of people, but like use the back ways to kind of avoid too much conflict.
Nice. So, Bear, with your natural affinity with the sort of subterfuge in a city, do you want to give us a sort of survival check to see how you do, or you can argue for another check to see how well you navigate the city?
I'd rather do I can do survival, but I reckon like a stealth, just sliding through the back streets.
Yeah, I could take that. Like, you've proven to be.
Can
quite
I
a
give
stealth
him
player.
advantage on that for knowing the city?
Absolutely. With the 11 there, that you've able to as stealthily as a band full of people being led by a red-helmed figure in the middle of a city riot, you guys make your way through the city. So, what is the plan here for you guys? What are you trying to achieve?
Fantastic question.
Yeah, fantastic question.
Plan.
I think we see this uprising through. They're
See
here
through.
to back. These people are in support of Redhelm. Let's help them see that through. Let's help them reclaim Baldur's Gate for their own. And then I don't care what happens.
I think part of that needs to be long term, right? There's the insurrection that happens today. It either survives or it gets crushed. But if it survives, it's gonna need the backing to properly make
Make the change.
standing change.
How many
I think we gamble that we can actually set up that long-standing change. We can only influence so much on the ground here, but we have a much bigger chance of influencing the future bit, particularly if Redhelm wants to, or Jason wants to distribute some of the funds out for noteworthy causes. If that mob gets to the House Todd house estate, that money's gone. That money's as good as gone, and it's
I
gonna be a
don't know
free
if it's so. If that's exactly where they're leading to, I think they'd probably be leading to the Lord's Chambers, the Lords of Baldur's Gate, more so than House Todd.
So I think we nudge them in that direction if it needs encouragement, but
Yeah,
I think securing that is what you wanted to do all along, not necessarily incite a riot.
well,
So-
let's do that then. What do you think, Ren?
I'm like I said, I'm here. I'm on board to help the people reclaim what should be theirs. But from there, I'm not interested in trying to raise a city from the ashes. Let them do it on their own. Or Red.
Bear?
Let's do it. Let's lead this army to some level of victory.
Xander, you're probably the most
mean-
unbiased currently because you haven't noticed the least amount of time.
You've got nothing.
I'm here so long as there is justice to be served. I will forge behind you and lead this crowd with you, side by side.
Let's do it, Xander. Let's storm it.
Let's do it. Let's
Time to do justice with hammers.
let's go to the Lord's Chambers.
Let's storm the central building.
And for those tuning in and finding this a little bit too real, completely unplanned.
Completely unplanned. This is not the plan.
This is not the story beats that we were expecting off the back of this campaign. It hasn't been leading to reenacting any riot.
I think it's the perfect time to just broad strokes say that we do not support what happened in America.
Not at all, no. No.
It's just taking on a
I
few.
think it's been.
I think we just move past it and keep going.
Alright,
So,
let's keep going.
what's the next
Alright.
encounter?
Push through,
Wait,
push
wait.
through.
I rush out. Okay then, let's do this. I
Awesome.
grip my shield in one hand, my warhammer in the other, and I charge out into the street to lead the people.
Nice, awesome. So,
Let's
seeing
do it.
you rushing forward, the people follow. They take your lead as you do so. You hear the clash as a large chunk of the population are sort of fighting in the eastern break as you begin to lead the western force into the heart of the city. The thing about this being a sort of a decentralized government in the sense that it's the nobility that's the problem, right? It's the class system that's caused all of this to be had. There's not like a
Isn't it the
governing body.
immigrants? Surely it's the immigrants, right?
There's not a governing body that's sitting there
No,
in a building.
it's the 1% of the 1%.
Correct. So you're basically to lead any sort of change here. The only way to do that would be to disrupt the royal, like the nobles, right? Would be to take power away from them, which would be to take away what makes them powerful, which would be their wealth. So as you break into here, the general consensus from the riots is to break into the houses, to steal and to take their wealth out, and to try and break down the hold they have on the city by equalizing the distribution of wealth. And you see them begin to do this as they get their first chances at the houses that sit behind the upper city wall. How do you respond to that?
Do you hear the people sing?
I think we keep charging on. Just ignore that and move on to
Awesome.
where we need to
So
get to.
you guys just keep pushing in, and behind you the people are doing their work as they begin to break down the houses, and you hear the crashes and the snaps of wooden doors as they go in. You hear the clash of weaponry as the few family guards that are remaining true to these noble families try and defend the households. But by pure numbers, the city is the city people are overcoming all of this. There's something to be said about the 1% in that, they are not the majority, and in this case, as close to a democracy as you could ever have, the majority are speaking, and for the first time in a long time, the city is forced to listen as they take out any of the noble houses they see, and you see flames begin to sputter. You see rioters pull out sacks of gold and bags filled with goods as they continue to march through the city. You guys lead them as a wedge through this wealthy part of the city as you begin to walk through, and eventually you begin to reach the upper echelon of the houses. As you mentioned, the 1% of the 1%. Red, this is where you, as Jason, spent your childhood. This is the area in which you grew up, and it's where you first felt the injustice. And in front of you lies this collection of estates that have controlled the city and have masterminded what it has become over time. And you look behind you and you see the wave of people heading directly to where you stand. Your home, at least what was your home in front of you, the estates of all of those who you attended luncheons with, went to banquets with, chatted to while they spewed their rhetoric about suppression and using their wealth to further only their own gains. And you stand up here looking out into the mass of people approaching the problem with the city.
I look to...
Hey DM, Sorry, Red, just quickly, DM, do you reckon that of that group of people in the wave behind us, there's at least like a really big family of maybe 234 brothers who were gaming and just saw us walking, and now that, you know, the gaming brothers of 234 are now following us? Because if that was true, that would be awesome. If we had a gaming brothers
there's at least 234 of them that seem to have a real love for like RGB lighting. It's definitely a vibe they're putting off. So
thanks, yeah, for the follow, brother.
As you look upon this horde of people, you feel the weight of what you're about to incite upon your historical home.
I look to the party and nod to each one of them as I lock eyes with them. I turn back to the gathered people. Once more, raise my fist to the sky. Tear it down! And I bring my fist down. And I storm into the capital, but not capital.
Awesome. As you storm into the wealthy heart of the city, the horde just goes for it. Now, just so that I'm clear, you guys have done nothing to protect your own mansion, right?
Leading them towards away from like where the Todd mansion is.
Okay, cool. So you lead them away from there as you lead the charge to some of the more some of the estates that are further away from the Todd mansion as they begin to break it down, and because of the size of these places, the quick invasions into these homes are slowed. You see that like crowds are just able to fit into these places. They begin to break down these houses, and the crowd is no longer sort of just pushing to explore further, but rather you see that you have some time as the crowd moves through each of the estates. What are you doing? You like as a swarm of locusts, you know it's only a matter of time that they will leave no stone unturned. Is there a plan you have to save
your
home?
I was going to kind of like nudge the party as this crowd starts to disperse and get preoccupied and not so much focused on me, and kind of slip away to get to the mansion.
Can you ditch the helm?
I could actually ditch the helm.
Stick it in the bag of necessity.
Yeah, no, because that shit's only open
when
once
you
in a
need
blue
it.
It
moon.
locks again. You're like, no.
But if you need that hat a lot of the time, you know.
Are we taking a detour, Red? What's happening here?
Yeah, we have to double back, head towards the estate. I'll take the helm off.
What's the plan there, though? As we've just noted, the 99% are completely overrunning the 1%. If we're left in House Todd, sitting on a hoard of dragon gold.
Did anybody have a coin from Soraya's parents' place?
Didn't you?
I don't think I could pick one up. We had someone with us for a little while there, Soraya. We visited her parents, and they had amazing ways to teleport people and things with a gold coin.
I wonder if I did. I don't think I made a special note of it in the inventory, but
I mean, I think that's something that you would have, as a group, really wanted at least a couple of. So I'm happy for there to be a few like around to obviously get back there and to help Soraya. You know, their parents were really trying to create a nurturing environment for their budding adventurer of a daughter.
So it's the plan here, Red. We want to go back. We're going back to your estate to secure it from the horde of people.
Secure it.
Excited.
Mostly just secure the that wealth of money that's downstairs.
What's the plan?
Well, I do have the key, and it is in an elevator. Like,
I don't think keys are stopping these people.
Yes, but it's down that massive elevator shaft as well, so... Plus, they do listen to the helm for some reason. I don't...
Not when the helm's standing in front of close to 1 million gold.
They don't know that it's there, though.
And we spent all this time rallying these troops. to defend, to fight, and you're going to stand in front of money instead of leading him.
Ooh. Well, what would you do, Bear? Would you give them the money?
You have to ask. No, I'd take him to kill everything. Pretty straightforward. Murder all those in front of us.
Duh.
Has anyone got,
A bag of
I was
holding.
going to say like minor illusion or something that could cover a door, cover the entryway?
Why don't we half burn your house down with that experience and pretend that it already looks like it's been attacked?
I actually.
Above average intelligence.
I'm actually
Bear.
I'm actually kind of siding with Bear there. Well, I would also like to get there and make sure that Ben Spoke is okay. I don't want him to be.
Ben Spoke's leading the 1%.
Yeah. It will be the usual.
Fucking overlords treated me like shit my entire life.
But yes, what if we go and we just burn down half of the estate? But I
Fish
also would
hell,
want to
yeah,
use it
I'll-
as a staging ground if we are going to stay here.
Yeah, all that stabbing of me will be forgiven if I can burn your stupid bloody house to the ground. I pick up my torch and just start walking towards where I think the house is.
Opportunity to form a new legacy.
I'm sure you'll have enough money to rebuild a staging ground.
Ren, where did you get food? In the middle of a fucking riot.
My
Rest
satchel.
is-
Always keep some dry nuts in a satchel.
Pocket bacon.
Fucking bacon is
That's
a
a
fucking
Ranger life pro tip right there.
He's just got
alright, cool. So
trail
you guys,
mix.
you see Bear start to head towards your estate as the rest of the rioters make their way through estate to estate, jumping fences, pushing past guards. You know you've got a bit of time as you run towards there. When you get there, you notice that there are a few guards that are there from your estate, and you see Ben Spoke out looking across, seeing you run towards him. He yells out, "Sir, is that you, Master Jason?
Yes, Ben spoke, yes.
Please tell me that you've got some way to save our estate. I've seen what they've done, and they'll destroy it. They'll ruin it all."
Well, how attached are you to the building?
I mean, quite.
Okay, this is the plan. Let the guards go. They're just going to be overwhelmed. I don't want anyone to die. But the plan is we're going to burn down half of the building, so they think it's already been looted.
It's still gonna be looted,
It's still going to be looted, probably more than likely.
but
Red, can I, before you do carry out this act, do you want the first thing you do is being the emblem of this uprising to be a lie?
Fuck!
a lie told with good intentions.
Good intentions for us to keep a whole bunch of
It's not.
Coin.
It's being used
we're
to
talking
help the
about
people.
help the people.
By
Otherwise,
hiding
it's just
$1 million
first
gold.
and best dressed. That we lose control of it, and I don't mean control on a big pile of money. I mean we don't get to choose where it goes or what can be
Should we?
granted.
What grants us
I mean,
that?
could we
that
invest it in
right?
stocks and bonds and grow it and give it out a little bit?
Maybe
keep
maybe
it
put it in,
rich and
put it in
trickle down
GameStop.
economics and you know,
GameStop.
Bitcoin's at $60,000 at the moment.
Ragecoin.
Ragecoin, our cryptocurrency.
For those who haven't subscribed, Ragecoin is the latest altcoin that is just gonna go straight to the moon and then some.
Look, Red, I'm all for doing some crazy shit, and I'll support you whatever way you want to go and play this. make sure it's the right one for you.
I was more thinking.
Red, let me weigh in here as somebody who's known you for so few days. If you were to take this money, I feel that you do have good intentions. I feel that you have a pure heart, and I feel that justice will be served through you. I've consulted with my god, Tia, and I get positive feelings about you, good vibes. I feel that if you want to take this 1,000,000 dragons and do good with it, then we should do whatever we need to do that. If you feel like you're going to take these 1,000,000 dragons and drink some sort of fancy drink with a small umbrella and piece of fruit on the side by some sort of lake and spend the rest of your days in comfort, then shame on you for everything that you've said so far in the last 24 hours. If you have good intentions, then I will stand by you to get this money out.
The reason I would like to protect the money is not so much for myself, but for all of you. You have helped me.
Let's do it.
But Ren has said, do I really want to start this on a lie?
How much gold do each of us need? We went after this horde to save some of those kids all that time ago. Those kids we failed in that mission. How much gold do each of us really need?
Is not Red going to use the money to support this town? Surely he's not giving this 1,000,000 gold split between us.
I was going to give it to you guys and or split it up and then use my portion of the money to help.
Well, you can have my portion for the town as well. Keep me fed.
I've grabbed what I needed already.
How much did you manage to sneak
I
away?
3 grand.
Yeah.
Nice.
I have more than enough to see me right for quite a time of where I need to take this next.
And look, we could take 10 each. If it's about splitting and hard-earned coin for what was done to get thus far. But that still leaves a bucket load of dragons to actually make the differences you wanted to make a differences for.
I just
English.
think that we can hide whatever's there, no matter what you try and do. Burn the house, whatever. I just don't think that it's gonna be enough.
May I weigh in on this, sir?
Yes, Bensberg.
I have spent many years watching your father make choices which were done for his own benefit. Your father would have in no way have even been thinking this much about this, which I only say to let you know that the fact that it pains you so much to have to make this decision, you're already different to what your father would have been. I know that you have good in you, and I've known that for a long time, since you were but a young lad. And I think that the only way to get change is to be able to influence people. And as much as I despise having to have this decision thrust upon you, you cannot make the changes that I know that the city needs if you are sitting without funds. Your dad's legacy may have been terrible, but let us use the funds he gained through a lifetime of treachery to build a new hope for the people. Let not, thousands of gold go to someone who is going to spend it on alcohol in the taverns, but rather let's use it to build schools and to house those in the outer city, and to build a place that is a beacon of inclusion.
Let's build the taverns.
Yes, let's own the economy. It is your call, and I will stand by your side and serve you as I can. But That is but my two silvers.
As you do it, I'm going to pull back the recurve. The nice little
Who
flame
are
on
you
the
aiming
end.
that at?
Nothing.
I'm aiming it at the building.
Nothing.
I've lit it on fire. I rolled a 19.
Oh, nice.
I rolled a 19 intelligence. I'm smart enough to know flame goes in the end of an arrow.
That's right. No, that's very true.
I'll once again look at the party. Bless you, Ren. It's the smoke. It gets in your sinuses. I suggest a helm or something. It really filters that shit out. Once again, I look back. I look at the party. And I say, it's best that we use what we have now to help the city recover. Because I gesture back at the city, which I assume is mostly flame.
Oh yeah, for sure.
What can we do for the city with nothing? It would be water deep all over again.
Okay.
If
What's
the
the plan?
if the 99% get their hands on it, it's gone. It's wasted. It's greed,
plan?
and it'll just take over.
Two things, I think. Let's set this up as like a staging, like a hospital for anyone who's injured, and food for people. And also, we should let go of that thing before it catches on fire.
What if we looted
As you
your?
wish.
Wait!
What if we looted your?
No, bear, no!
Oh god damn it! Yeah, I mean this is revenge if I've ever seen it. As you begin your plan of letting this place be used as a hospital, you hear the twang of a bow as the unexperienced hands of Bear. Bear's been actually pretty good. He's able to hit a wall at a close distance. With a 19 to hit on the recurve bow attack, the flaming arrow hits the wall, and you see a flame begin to
Damn
catch.
straight. Roll a 19, that shit's gonna hit anything.
But in the absolute counter to that, Xander, with a beautiful little stroke, a little wave of your hand, you see a globule of water just burst over the inflamed area, setting the flame out as the situation de-escalates.
Jeez.
What if you looted your own house? And I mean, keep it intact, but you dump the valuables out on the lawn.
So half of us dump the valuables on the lawn, and we turn the manor. We just make a hospital for people, because there's going to be injured people. You saw what I saw coming here.
I like that idea. I like that, Brad. That could work.
Or is
Let's
that
go
just
with it.
inviting the mob even closer? If someone catches wind of, hey,
No.
there's a whole heap of valuable shit
No.
here.
I think that works. We
Throw
can-
the valuables
yeah.
on the floor and be loud to acknowledge that this is a hospital for
I will
people to come
set
and be healed.
set some water and food aside, sir, and I'll prepare some beds as a makeshift hospital.
Instruct
the
any guards to
Yes.
not attack any of the common folk if they come in. Only attack if they only defend, no attacking.
I shall request that they disarm, sir.
Ben Spoke, can you strip any of the bedding, paint a big red cross on some of the sheets, and hang them out the windows? Anything that signals this is a field hospital. It's do not touch.
It shall be done, sir. And he nods as you see him immediately. Like, this guy is a organizational genius. Like, he is calling the shots. Like, he's got all of these different things he's got to get done, and they're all being done in unison. He's taken the guard and reintroduced them into manual labor. You know, they're stripping beds, they're painting, and the beds are being wheeled out into the yard as well as the valuables as they begin to be thrown out onto the garden. It's like you see a garage sale begin to be created next to a hospital in the city.
He has
And-
a spreadsheet going. He's that clued
Like,
in.
He's got an iPad with Excel going. It's pretty cool. There's lots of formulas, multiple tabs, yeah, you guys just see this massive crowd on the horizon begin to make its way over. As
Put my helm back on.
as you prepare yourself with enough time for to come, and looking behind you, you see the valuables continue to be thrown into the lawn. As the red crosses unfurl from the windows, the beds waiting for injuries, and you see the crowd approach, and the crowd assembling in front of you, your red helm a beacon to this revolution. They await your command.
I just look at them and I say, take what you need from your pile, from this pile. There is food and water. If you are injured, please, we have a hospital, makeshift hospital set up for you.
Is there anyone injured in the crowd?
A few
Anyone
people
coming
come forward carrying sort of loved ones, relatives, or neighbors. One man seems to have a gash upon his leg. Another one being carried unconscious by two of his friends. As more and more come forward, some of them minor cuts, bruises. You can see a few begin to look a danger of infection as they all come forward.
Anyone looking really dicey and close to death?
The unconscious dude's
Almost-
probably not in a good spot.
Yeah. 5 points lay on hands. Everyone else is getting sort of 1s and 2s. I'm gonna use it all, apart from a pool of 5 points. That's all I got left.
You quickly work your way through the crowd. I guess the aggression begins to fade a little bit. The focus on trying to recover and trying to, like, as they begin to realize that they have been hungry and they have been hurt, they all come sort of together around the pile of stuff, and the crowd begins to kind of settle down a little bit. The main rush of the afternoon behind them, you just see sort of the last remaining push into the rest of the city as some other houses are found. But for the time being, the Todd Manor is left in good stead, stripped, but stable, with the Dragon Cache left guarded and protected behind your attempts. And as that all settles down, the evening wears on, and it is the next day that the smoke begins to settle as a rain falls upon the city, and the fire begins to burn out as the city takes a breath. A moment of reflection in the aftermath of this revolution, and with little fanfare, you see a group of people head towards the the Todd Manor, as you see amongst them is Jeremiah and a few of the other people that you've noticed at the forefront of the charges. These people to you seem like those who led the masses, and who were able to unite the people under the banner of this revolution. And coming to the house, they knock, wanting an audience with you, which you're told by Ben Spoke they want.
Not having slept much during the night, helping out with Claymore in the hospital, healing people. Haven't kind of slept in my armor and the helm. It's like to one side, and I'm like, I come down. Oh, Jeremiah, I'm happy to see that you're still alive.
Sir, it was a grave attempt, but I am glad that we were able to fight them off, and myself and the other people of Baldur's Gate, we we discussed overnight what this means for us and what the future holds. And I speak for all of the people when I say that I want for you to take the mantle of Red Helm and to even come with us to be Jason, for we need someone to lead us into the new age of Baldur's Gate, someone who has the ability to see the potential in us. I know that you come from wealth, but truly if you have cast that aside like we saw here from you, we need someone of your caliber to take us forward into the next age of this place. Will you take up the mantle and lead us in a time of peace, as you did in a time of despair?
And the other lords of the city, they're all fled or dead?
Well, for now, there's not much left of them. Whoever was around has been chased away from their residence. Anybody that escaped will be chased down and will be captured upon their return. That is if that is what you think is best, sir.
Gather three people from the town. One from the city. One being yourself. Get me a farmer, or someone in charge of food, and someone in charge of building. I would like to, instead of myself taking over as leadership, establish a council until the city's back on its feet again. I can be a tiebreaker if needed, but
I will hold you to it. I speak here, and he looks to the people around him. The people I've assembled in front of you, they were with me in the time of the city's greatest need, and amongst them are people that come from all walks of life, and I think would make a good starting point for this council that you speak of, if you would have us.
Do any of them look like the puzzle master?
You do not catch a glint of mischievous, puzzling energy from any of them.
Yes. First order of business, get as many priests as we can here to help the wounded.
And with that, you begin your transition into leadership as the city begins to recover. And with that, the rain parts for a moment as a ray of sun blasts through onto the city. A symbol of time to come, of an opportunity to build a brighter future for Baldur's Gate, led not from greed but of a willingness to serve. And with that, we'll end tonight's session.
Oh. No pressure, Lynn.
Love it. Well played. Well played.
Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. It has really been a privilege to DM for you all tonight, and we are quickly wrapping up our adventure for this campaign, and we're looking forward to bringing our new campaign to you once we've wrapped this up and showing you guys all the ideas that we have for our next characters, our next story, our next world. So we're going to be, hopefully next session, going into a little bit of what the players intend to spend some of that gold, that hard-earned gold on. And after that, we'll look into the future and see a little bit of where this leads all of our players. And after that, we'll be discussing what we'll be playing in the next campaign.
Wait. Two sessions left?
2 sessions left.
Oh
of
no.
Dragon Deuce.
There you go.
So yeah, we're looking
Numbers.
at 2 more weeks of the
Hard
Waterdeep campaign,
numbers.
and then from there we'll be doing a session 0 and into the new campaign, starting in 3 or 4 weeks. So looking forward to that. Come join us on Thursdays. We stream every Thursday, and we absolutely appreciate every single one of you jumping on and giving us a bit of an audience to be silly and to do some role play in. So thank you all again, and from me, I'll be waving a good night.
Robin, or DM of Doom,
Yeah,
you've got some call outs for the excellent voice work being done there.
Thank you.
I promised them a Puzzle Master quick snippet.
Oh
'cause
no!
I think it undoes everything.
Not the puzzle.
The whole of the homebrew is Puzzle Master, right? The entire homebrew is Puzzle Master.
That's every character is just the puzzle master.
Oh god damn it! I rage quit.
To haunt your dreams.
Nightmares. Absolute nightmares, that voice.
And just quickly, I think I will be live again here tomorrow night doing some homebrew world building of sorts. Not for our future campaign, but just for another little project I'm working on. So if anyone wants to come and hang out, I will be here.
Join
You're
on
on
that,
the road?
that would be fantastic.
Thought I got past
Yeah, well,
that.
he's
I was gonna
over
say-
intelligent, so.
Yeah, I was only +1, not +2. Yeah, the world building is future campaign. So after next one, Jez is going to take over as DM.
I don't know.
And
if I
I'll
could-
get to bring my voices into one single character. Imagine all that chaos in one playable character.
Wow.
You're a
those
5-year-old whose
voices-
mother's a
we've
dragon,
already-
and you're.
We have already had one character with all his voices. That was the one that robbed Bear.
That's
Oh,
right.
yeah.
All right, guys.
But
We'll
it's
wrap it up there.
Alright.
Thank you so much. Have a
Thanks,
great
everyone.
evening.
Cheers.
See you all next time.
See you, team.
See you next.